I'd like to call this meeting of the Monticello City Council to order. Would you please rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance and stay standing as Rodney Burris leads us in prayer. I pledge allegiance
to the flag
of the
United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
So Father, thank you again for bringing us together. We ask you to keep us focused on what you need us to take care of and help us to keep the good of the city in mind. We thank you, praise your name. Amen.
Amen.
Roll call, Robin.
Mr. Reed? Mr. Woodham? Mr. Carey?
Here.
Ms. Lively? Here. Mr. Piercy?
Here.
Mr. Brock?
Here.
Mr. Kuhn?
Here.
Broderick? Mr. Burris? Ms. Yoon?
Here.
You have a quorum?
Thank you. Public participation, in-person participation. This is an opportunity for the public to provide public comment to the presiding officer. Those wishing to speak are required to sign in prior to commencement of the meeting and must address council from the seat and table provided. The public comments must comply with ordinance 2014-02 and be limited to 5 minutes or less. Is there anyone tonight, Rob? Remote participation. This is an opportunity for the public to provide public comment to the presiding officer. The public comments must comply with ordinance 2014-02 and be limited to 5 minutes or less. At this time, members of the public are able to attend public meetings by web conference and to submit public comment by email, voicemail, or through web conference. Anyone more? Thank you. Consent agenda. Approval of documents and action items as listed. Claims report. Claims dated March 26, 2025 through April 14th, 2025. Meeting minutes. Closed meeting minutes, February 24, 2025. City Council meeting minutes, March 24, 2025. Historic Preservation Commission meeting minutes, January 1st, 2025. Budget report, February 2025. Permit report, March 2025. Police report, March 2025. Fire report, March 2025. Is there a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any comments or questions?
I think that Historical Preservation Committee should be January 7.
Oh, okay. You'll fix that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Anything else? Not hearing or seeing anything. I have a roll call, please.
Mr. Carey? Ms. Lively?
Yes.
Mr. Piercy?
Yes.
Mr. Brock?
Yeah.
Mr. Kuhn?
Yes.
Mr. Burris?
Yes.
Ms. Yoon?
Yes.
Thank you. Mayor's report, April 14th. A few business transitions. Welcome to Donnie Curtis, new owner of Holly's Country Kitchen. Thank you to Holly Miller for the last 5 years of running Holly's. After 10 years in business, Roger and Amy Salmon are retiring from the Monticello Bowl and Lounge. Wishing them the best on their new adventure. Upcoming events. Tickets for the annual Whites of Spring Downtown Shop Walk are on sale. The event will be held Friday, May 9th, and tickets can be purchased online at MonticelloMainStreet.org. The annual Monticello Historic Preservation Commission Awards will be announced for Monticello Historic Preservation Week, third week in April, 20th through the 26th, 2025. Also, I would like to thank Maynard Surrey for his service of 13 years on the Monticello Historic Preservation Commission. And Maynard's here this evening, so thank you for your time. Okay, new business. Now it's mayoral appointments. I am presenting the name of Chase Hammock that was presented to me by Chief Rupke as a new person on the Monticello Fire and Rescue Department. Is there a motion to approve my approval?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? No? Thank you.
Mayor, can I have 1 second?
Yeah.
I'd like to make a proposal of an honorary firefighter. We had an incident 3 or 4 weeks ago where a gentleman lit their fence on fire
Oh,
in town. And as we rolled up, my friend, police chief, was there with a garden hose putting the fire out.
so you didn't have to get your hoses out?
So we're gonna make him an honorary firefighter. And he was demanding to get a little badge.
Nice.
And a helmet.
Oh.
That's kind of a criminal and that's put on fire. It's only, so we trade.
Only fair, you know.
Not a hat.
Okay. We did that. Mayoral proclamation, April 14th, 2025 is Monticello Historic Preservation Week. Mayoral proclamation celebrating Monticello Historic Preservation Week. Whereas it is the intention of the mayor and city of Monticello to focus attention on noteworthy occasions, individuals, and organizations. And whereas the city council of the city of Monticello is desirous of protecting and enhancing its historic districts and buildings. And whereas the city of Monticello contains many structures and areas that embody a sense of time and place unique to the city, and which exemplify and reflect cultural, social, and architectural history of the city, state of Illinois, and the United States of America. And whereas on January 24th, 2000, the City Council of the City of Monticello adopted a historic preservation ordinance with the purpose of promoting the protection, enhancement, perpetuation, and use of improvements in areas within the city of special character and/or historical interest or value, in the interest of promoting the health, prosperity, safety, and welfare of the people of the city of Monticello. And whereas the Historic Preservation Commission is the official recommending body of the city of Monticello regarding historic preservation efforts, providing valued input to help protect the historic integrity of structures within the city, and tasked to oversee the historic preservation efforts in the community. And whereas in the 25 years of the Monticello Historic Preservation Commission's existence, there have been multiple projects protecting Monticello's historic assets, including adoption of 3 historic districts listed on the National Register of Historic Places, designation of 4 local historic landmarks, placement of ownership plaques on historic commercial buildings, and countless hours of guidance regarding the renovation, rehabilitation, and restoration of historic properties. And whereas the Monticello Historic Preservation Commission annually recognizes projects and improvements for the Monticello properties that reflect the property owner's commitment to maintaining the historic integrity of a structure. And whereas the City Council of the City of Monticello would like to officially establish an annual week to honor those efforts on the 3rd week of April. Now, therefore, I, Larry Stoner, by virtue of the authority vested in me as mayor of the City of Monticello, County of Piatt, State of Illinois, do hereby wish to honor and celebrate Monticello Historic Preservation Week. Okay? Did you get all that? Do you want me to read it again? So congratulations to the Historic Preservation Commission. Okay. I need to turn the page. Resolution 2025-30, amending the Employee Policy Manual residency requirement. Terry?
Thank you, Mayor Stoner. Resolution 2025-30 is asking City Council to approve increasing the radius of employees eligible to work for the city from what it is currently 12 miles from City Hall to 25 miles from City Hall, and that is as a crow flies. Part of this was initiated, our current collective bargaining agreement with the police union expires at the end of this year. And one of the things that we discussed internally with our labor attorney was trying to increase the application pool for law enforcement. And we thought it might be beneficial to do the same for full-time employees as well. So this would amend that section of the employee policy manual. So it is recommended City Council discuss and approve Resolution 2025-30 as presented.
Which positions does this not cover? I know there's probably some.
The council, obviously you have to live in your ward. City administrator has to live in the corporate boundaries.
I do.
Chief
Police chief.
Ross, That might be it.
Is that it? Okay.
I think that is it.
Any comments or questions of Terry?
But with the future, it doesn't matter. I mean, if we need someone that is actually going to be appropriate for said position, we should probably say yes to such.
My only question is, how does that affect guys getting here for their shifts, their police department shifts? Is that going to be an issue as far as,
No, their start time, whether it be 8 o'clock, midnight, whatever the case may be, it stays the same.
but in a big emergency with that, does that make a big difference?
Oh. Not really.
Okay.
God forbid a full-out emergency happen. We're calling in all sorts of resources that are here now. We're getting the 4 deputies that are on, we're pulling the photos out, the whole 9 yards. I don't see this being a huge issue, sort of like when I worked in Atwood. When I got called, I went down there, I made it there in 15, 20 minutes.
Wow.
So, in an emergency. The lights on.
I understand that.
And there's no guarantee, and I get kind of that argument, but there's no guarantee when they're off duty that they aren't at the mall, that they aren't camping on their days off, anything like that. I was in Danville on one of my weekends, and I got a call to come here because something happened. It's just the way the world is.
Okay. Fair enough. Thank you.
Comments or questions?
We talked about that pretty intensively, that not going further, 25.
So your employee, whatever applies to the police department applies to all the regular employees? Or that's the way it has to be?
This would apply to all employees.
Okay, but do they have to be the same? I mean, I understand why a police officer might need to be closer than somebody that works at the city, just works in the city building, but I didn't know if contractually we want to try to keep them the same for whatever reason.
Personally, I would like to go ahead and make it available to all full-time employees, 25-mile radius.
I guess my thing is, why do we have that requirement if you go out that far? If you're an employee of the city, what difference does it make if you live in St. Joseph or Gibson City or wherever? As long as you can get to work on time.
If the council so desires to make it limitless.
If I may.
Yeah, go ahead.
Here, maybe 3 or 4 years ago, the News Gazette did a story on residences of Champaign Police Department. You had some in Indiana. You had some down by me in Atwood. We had, they were an hour away. And I don't think there was a limit to where they could live. It was just a regular news story about residency, things like that. I'm with Terry. We have this 25 miles. That's a good subset. That increases our applicant pool, and it gets people here. And again, we can't guarantee they're going to be home. They be out camping or whatever. But we're able to get a hold of them. I don't know if I want to go too much further out from that.
For sure, for the police department, but
I think even for works employees, we get, a haymaker storm. I'm gonna need folks boots on the ground clearing the streets off. I don't know if I would not personally be a fan of trying to get 3 guys in from an hour away.
Okay.
A snow event.
Water main break on Market Street that we had a year and a half ago.
Yeah, but it's up to the council if you.
That makes perfect sense to me.
To pay attention to something that people that know this community, that's what we need. And so down from what we had to expanding it a little bit, but those people know our town.
Yeah.
So we need to pay attention to that. So that's all. Sorry, I'll shut up.
Anyone else? Is there a motion to approve resolution 2025-30, amending the employee policy manual residency requirement?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any more comments or questions?
It's a 25 miles, right?
25 miles, yes.
Thank you.
Hearing or seeing none, may I have a roll call, please?
Mr. Carey,
Yes.
Ms. Lively,
Yes.
Mr. Piercy,
Yes.
Mr. Brock,
Yes.
Mr. Broderick,
Yes.
Mr. Kuhn,
Yes.
Mr. Burrs,
Yes.
Ms. Yoon,
Yes.
passes.
Thank you. Alderman's reports. We'll start. Elaine.
The Monticello Middle School and High School Jazz Band concert at Allerton was canceled a couple of weeks ago due to weather. So it will be this Wednesday, April 16th, Allerton Mansion. I'm not, I think 6 o'clock, but I'm not sure.
Okay. I was talking.
Nice.
Anything else?
Oh,
Rodney?
thank you and goodbye to Mr. Wendell. Bernie told me this is his final meeting with us. Been a great,
He can be, you can be at one more.
Could be, but
I understand.
you understand.
Same thing with Mr. Piercy. He's,
I didn't realize.
what?
What's happening?
Same from you, Ted?
Appreciate your efforts, guys. I mean, Wendell and I,
It's been a good 12 years. We've been
we've been together.
relatively happy, you know. Marriage, not a marriage made in heaven, but
I'm not even sure it's marriage made.
I want to thank everybody that I've worked with. It's been a really good run. The only thing I would like to bring up, please try hard over the next few years to bring our fire department more in line with where it needs to be. We've stepped up and moved ahead with a want with the ballpark situation west of town, but we need to move ahead with a need, which is the fire department. If it comes down to a bond issue to pay for it, that's just how it has to be. I really think most people would say yes if they knew the extreme chance, and the chief is with me tonight, the extreme chance that we're taking on a fire, and the mayor just went over our historic districts tonight. Many of those buildings are taller and harder to access than we have equipment to do. So not only expanding the police department and fire department into a larger area over there, but we also need to look at another truck. And the truck that we need is a ladder vehicle that gets up in the air. I know we're talking about $2.5 million, and I know it takes 3 years to get one built, but you got to start somewhere. And so please don't turn your back on that. It is a need, not a want. Okay? Thank you.
Thank you. Tom, do you have anything you want to say?
I'm done.
Eric? What? Your turn.
Oh, hi.
Any report?
No.
Okay. Mike?
Rodney kind of stole what we're really thankful for all the time that we've been able to spend with Wendell on council. He's done a lot, and he speaks his mind, which is what you have to do, but it really works well together.
He's been a delight though, because you may disagree, but it's never disagreeable. And I've always appreciated that fact. So,
That is very correct.
Andrea?
Thank you, Tom and Wendell. I'm gonna miss you.
Nothing that hasn't already been said.
Oh, good. And then you don't have to talk much. It's a good.
Thank you, Cole.
Okay, police chief's report. Chief Ross?
April is Distracted Driving Month, so if you notice our speed trailer, it was out on Bridge Street. Just kind of remind people coming into town, stay off their cell phones, use the hands-free device. That helps us out a lot, lessens the chance of an accident, especially kind of with all the schools here. That also kind of works into our traffic safety challenge that we put in for each year, try to win it. It's not a tickets for a toaster program that goes off of public education and public outreach to try to identify areas where we can do some traffic safety. Next Thursday, the 24th, Officer Dougherty graduates PTI. And then Officer Dalton starts next Monday. So we're excited to have those two here. That brings us up to full staff just in a few months after training, FTO, and a few other things.
What are their names, did you say?
Officer Doherty, she's from Atwood, and Officer Dalton's from BMET. And then we recently installed GPS on our squad cars, which is, I found out, very beneficial for me. I don't know a lot, and this isn't just to spy on, our officers kind of thing. I am not very well versed in some of the outlying areas, Mansfield street names, Cerro Gordo, BMET, things like that, Whiteheath. This shows, God forbid, a deputy or one of our officers gets into a little helter-skelter. They aren't able to call out on their radio. We may not know the 200 block of South Jefferson and, Cerro Gordo. If I bring up our GPS map, I can see, okay, it's the second road in right off the main drag. That helps me out instead of trying to get out a map or, getting my phone out to try to do a locate. It also helps. Here about 2 years ago, I got a call, same thing, I was out of town, saying, hey, one of your officers isn't answering their radio. We have a call, what's going on? Something like that, I could log in, see where they're at, and at least send a deputy, send another officer out to check on them. So that's going to help us out immensely. And just every department that has mobile data computers are going to GPS.
Is that it? Now, when are you're going overseas, is that correct?
Later this week.
Later this week. If you're going to do anything silly while you're over there, please don't wear anything that identifies you as Monticello Chief of Police, okay?
Just my record.
Gotcha, okay. Fire Chief, John Rupke.
Thank you, Wendell. So great supporter and great friend. We appreciate all you've done. We had a busy month last month. We had 58 calls. For some training, we got a tour of Little Sage's daycare that's going to open soon, and what a beautiful building. So you got young kids and they go over there. It's a great place. We did our sexual harassment policy review for Maura. We have to do that every year for the city. We turn that paperwork into her. We did Mayday procedures and drills. If we have a trapped firefighter in a burning building, we went over the procedures on what to do to get our firefighters out or a civilian. We also did vehicle maintenance. Every year, firefighters have to do Alzheimer's review, so we did a little class on Alzheimer's. We had the Girl Scouts over for a tour in March. We did a fire drill at the middle school, and we attended the Piatt County Firefighters Association meeting. So that's what we did.
Good.
Thank you.
Thank you. City Administrator's report, Mr. Summers.
Got a lot, Mayor Stoner.
I don't care.
Last week, we conducted interviews for the Public Works Director, so we get somebody hired in for that position, maybe early May at the earliest. We are accepting applications through May 2nd for 2 labor positions. Oberheim Park, 100% construction documents are due April 30th, bid openings June 2nd, and council approval and award of the project, if it's within budget, would be June 9th, city council meeting. Scott Bailey started with the city in 1987. He's going to retire in June of this year. You will not be able to find a better water plant operator, a better guy, a better person, a better family than Scott Bailey and his family. So if you see him out and about, huge congratulations. We are in good hands with Kevin Rose, who's been working under the tutelage of Scott for many years now. So Kevin's a licensed operator, so we've got that position covered for now. I also would like to thank Wendell Brock for all his years on the council. Job well done. I don't know if Tom Piercy, if you're going to join us for another meeting or two, but thank you for your time on the council. Appreciate it. I wish you both all the best. And that's all I've got. Make sure the clerk gets the closed meeting minutes.
Anything else for the good of the cause? I don't see anyone raising their hand. Is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor, aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, no. See you in a couple of weeks. Thank you.
Glad you're back.